Okay, we're out here in the back 40, I guess you'd call it, in the shady garden. And we have, you see Toby's here, we have the dragon tongue beans, 2 rows of those. There's another bean in with it. It's like a dragon tongue, but I can't think what it's called. Actually, looks like we have 3 rows of the beans. And then we got 2 rows of butternut squash. Now, that's a lot of squash, but butternut squash should have a good shelf life if you store it properly. And you see we got some blooms coming on. So what we're going to do, and the sun does hit this at a little bit later in the day when the sun, I'm trying to think. It'll kind of go back this way a little bit and it'll shine down on it. But what I'm going to do, you see I got 2 fence posts down there. I'm going to go ahead and build me a quick little trellis system just to get this butternut squash up off of the ground and trellised. And then we've got some leaves we're going to use for mulching in here. That's coming later, and I don't know if that'll be on this video or not, but that's what we're doing. So stick around and you can check out the progress. Okay, we got the stakes up for the first row of beans. This line here is nothing more than clothesline. I just bought it at the dollar store. It was cheap and I needed something. And so I've got 2 more support stakes in the middle, one on either side of the line, and I'll show you. That kind of lines it up. Looks pretty straight down there. And I've got some wire ties. I'm going to go ahead and wire this up. Now, originally, I bought some 9-gauge steel cable, like what would run underneath a fence, chain link fence. But I think it's just too stout for what I want to do out here. So I'm going to take that back. And these guys, it's going to be a lot of weight on them once they come on. If we have to add more to it, we'll add more to it. But we're trying to do this a little bit on a budget. So we'll see what 3 lines does for these guys. And if we have to, like I said, we'll add more. So stick around. All right, we got our trellis built, and I went ahead and used top wire. It's a 9-gauge, and I think that's probably a little too stout. It ain't gonna, I mean, it's more than enough. I think you can get away with a 7. And those are the clothesline strings that, yeah, once you put a little bit of weight on them, they're gonna drip. So we'll probably end up putting another one in here, or moving this one up and putting another 9-gauge wire across here. But we got that done, and you can see that all the way down. And then we brought in, we went to the church and got the leaves. And so this is kind of what's going on here in this garden. You can see all the leaves. And so hopefully that'll keep the weeds down. But these are the dragon tongue beans down here. It's a mix of dragon tongue and something else. I can't remember what the other one is. But these are dragon tongues. We got 3 rows of the dragon tongue beans. And then once again, those are the 2 butternut squash that we're trying to get to trellis up. And then we've got it leaved up, and that's probably 10, 20, 30, 50. This is about a 50-foot row. It's not very wide, but I used to have goats years ago. I just had a couple of pet goats, and this was their run right here, and so it got plenty of fertilizer at the time. But moving along, I'll show you something else that I did, you know, with the T-post. Is over here I got me a mulch pile. So I just put in 2 more T-posts off of my back fence and just filled it up with leaves. And so I've got more. We got a little watermelon patch that my wife is putting leaves in right now. But and we still have a trailer full of leaves. So I don't know if we're going to end up using them all or leaving some of them. They come in the bags. Somebody went to the church and went ahead and raked them and bagged them all up. And we just hauled them away for them for free. And just hauled them right back to the house. And so now we'll have a good free compost after this pile deteriorates after a while. But if not, then we got, you know, mulch. So that's that. That's what's going on. So I will catch you up in the next video. Thanks for watching.